It's the picture at the end that gets me. The big finish.
It's something. It all gets whoops.
Maybe it's just the whole thing. You there? Uh-oh. Rich is frozen in time. Frozen in time.
Dude, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Hey,
God, this internet is so
killing you.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm good. My connection's steady and.
Are you there?
Yeah. Yep. Yep, I am.
You hear me?
I can, but
You
you
hear me?
keep getting yes. You keep getting frozen in the most hysterical ways.
Yeah, same. All right. I, I, it's so unpredictable, man. I can't. Now it's
It
fine.
looks better now. Yeah, it was fuzzy. Now it's not fuzzy. For whatever that is worth.
That was a good start to the show. You know, it doesn't
Yeah.
happen whenever playing the intro. That never happens. Just when you start talking on the internet.
So
We're
what
going
do
to
we got up
switch to
today?
Verizon. Sorry, go ahead.
No, switch to Verizon. Fuck whoever you're with now. Spectrum? Who are you with?
On Cox Cable.
Ox Cable?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we have today, Josh?
That might be the problem right there.
Yeah. What do we have on tap today, Josh?
We've got the news. I have a lot of articles saved.
Yeah, same.
A lot. You do?
Let's just get into it. Yeah, I do.
Okay. And then we'll take a tour down 79, and then we're ranking world powers, which we said we were going to do on last show, but we didn't.
We may or may not get there today. It sounds like we've got a lot before it.
Yeah.
All right, kick us
where
off.
do we want to start? Let's see. How about this story? This is what I call topical.
Yes. I know you are a member of a Reddit thread about with the IRS hate.
No, like strategy, but yeah.
Okay.
But this is big news. This is Wall Street Journal. So remember I told you about my situation, how I didn't hear from the IRS. I heard from the state of New York. There's a reason for that. They stopped sending out letters. And because of that, they are now offering relief to people who are blindsided like me.
Oh, that's good.
Because usually you get a letter right away saying, hey, we don't have a return.
Yeah.
Anyway, I figured that would be a good one to.
So has this solved your problem?
No, but it could significantly reduce my problem.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. That would be great.
Timing would be so what do you got to do?
I'm not even sure if it applies for me. There's a bunch of stipulations. It says for tax years 2020 and 2021. But the article goes on to say that they might start rolling it out for other years too, or kind of doing it on a case by case basis. Anyway, it applies to taxpayers who owe under $100,000 in taxes for 2020. So luckily, I qualify for that. All right.
You do. Well, there you go.
So these are all the articles I have saved. By the way, you want to look through them, or you want me to hit you with them one by one?
Yeah, one by one.
Okay.
Pick one that you like, because then I just go ahead.
I want to get your take on this whole thing. Are you familiar with it?
Oh, these flash mob robberies.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's really unsettling, I guess.
Can you hear that music?
No.
Okay. You can't hear them talking?
I cannot.
Okay, good. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just think it's really unsettling. I mean, no, I don't think anyone's cool with it except for the flash robbers.
Yeah.
Flash mob robbers.
I don't know how to get my head around it. It's such a weird thing. Like, it on the one hand, I look at that and I think, "Well, yeah, why haven't people always been doing this?" And on the other
Right.
hand, I think, "Well, what made them start now?" If anything, security, cameras have gotten way better. You could do this in the 1980s and sincerely get away with it. They would never find
Right.
you. They'd have no idea who you are. I would imagine every single one of these people gets caught if they want to catch them.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But I don't think they're running in there fairly disguised, right? Everyone's
Ski
kind of
masks,
dressed the same
hoodies.
way. Yeah.
It's getting less elaborate as this continues.
That's right. It's getting to the point where it's now just becoming a thing. Like you just walk in and you know, I feel bad. I don't shop at a lot of high end places, but I feel bad for the people working there when this happens. That's got to be terrifying
Yeah,
and just so frustrating. And I don't know how you'd feel after that happens. Like just so angry.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, it makes you
because
feel
you're not,
powerless.
you know, what are they going to do? They're going to say, well, don't come in for your shift for the next week while we clean the store up. And then it's not like they get paid.
Right, it's true.
You think Gucci's paying for these store associates to come in and not work?
Especially after they just lost $100,000 worth of inventory.
Right.
Nah,
Yeah.
they ain't
I,
helping out the little man.
I will say that at some point it's going to turn into someone's going to bring. There's going to be guns involved in these kinds of things, and someone's going to get killed. I think that actually happened.
Really?
Um, yeah, recently meaning in the last year and a half, where someone, I think it was um, a store clerk, tried to stop someone from running out of the store, and I don't remember where. I'm very hazy on the details. But look, that's a convenience store.
Yeah,
If you're going
that's
to
a little
do
bit
that,
different, but
like,
still.
people at Gucci aren't going to carry guns, but you may run into a convenience store owner that's got one.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. And look at what these individuals are going for. We've got one guy on the register. I assume this is either alcohol or cigarettes. This guy's just dancing on the he's just having a good time. And these guys look like they're taking iPhone chargers or those little packets of medicine where you only get like 2 Tylenol.
Yeah, they should be going for those disposable razor cartridges. Those things are expensive.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. They are expensive.
Gift cards, probably.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's what the thing that I don't get is if someone came to you and said, "A group of us are going to overrun the Louis Vuitton store in downtown Manhattan and just take all of their shit." I'd be like, "Wait, are you sure that's gonna work?" So, the way I see this is would you agree that's the natural reaction? Like, I
Oh
don't know if you're
yeah,
gonna be able to get away with it. Right.
as a normal
But
person, I'd be like, I'm not doing that.
so then the first group tried it, and they weren't even pursued. The
Right.
security guard stood and watched them do it, and then I think people got the idea of, "Oh, shit.
Yeah, sure.
This just might be crazy enough to work."
If we can do it, why not? Um, but yeah, and I don't want to hear about it. So it's basic services and these people like it's not. You don't go to Gucci or Nordstrom for basic
No.
to
No,
fulfill your basic needs. This is
yeah,
strictly
you don't go to the
a
Apple Store and
mob
take
of people.
9 MacBooks for everyone in your family.
Right. Yeah, this is strictly for luxury items. And I understand why stores are closing locations. There was this news story last night on NBC. They were like, is it really as bad as they're saying? And, Target said they're going to close 9 stores, but they've had bigger security issues at high or more security incidents at different locations that they're keeping open that are nearby. I'm like, there's a big difference between one person walking out of a store with one thing
Right.
in their pocket and a flash mob coming and ransacking the stores. And I don't know what the exchange rate on those two happenings are, but if a flash mob comes in and ransacks a store, I'm closing the store. Period.
Yeah.
Couple people shoplift, fine. We can work around
that's
that.
The cost of doing business. This is a whole different. This is like the scale has been expanded so wide. Like I don't understand how does this end?
It's more dangerous. Yeah.
So, and how does this, okay. So this article is actually from 2021, right? And this has been going on for almost 3 years. And at some point, it's going to start to have an economic impact because the black market is being flooded with real products. So these brands, these high-end brands, do you think it's at the point yet where they're starting to think about that way?
That what do you mean the economic impact? They're going to lower prices?
If people can buy a Louis Vuitton bag on the street and it's real because these flash mobs are so successful and they take a bunch of stuff, that means they're not going to Louis Vuitton to buy a bag.
Yeah, right.
So at what point does Louis Vuitton go to these flash mobs and say, we'll buy back everything from you for this amount? You know what I mean? Like they should. They really should. If these flash mobs were smart, they would start that negotiation.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
So you don't think that what was stolen would be enough to like actually impact? Probably not.
I don't think this is like and not to make light of the situation, but this is not a Hamas Israeli hostage sort of situation. Like you don't negotiate for the return of merchandise like that. This is. I don't know who do you talk to? Who do you get in touch with at the flash mob?
Louis.
Who does Louis call?
Louis calls Flash.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would love this.
No, you put it out on Twitter or something. You put it out on social media, and then they'll come to you.
Hey, we'll make you a deal on all that merch, and then they'll just come back and steal it all again. I mean, it's like that'd be funny.
That would be great. Well,
just keep stealing the same stuff.
I would hope they wouldn't go to the effort of buying back their merchandise without a plan to protect it, but maybe. How long until? So those stores like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, they actually probably do need their stores. Target needs their stores, right? Like, so what percentage of luxury goods are bought online versus in store? I would bet it's higher skewed to in store than any other retail.
Maybe.
Because, rich people want to go get pampered. They want to touch the products and see them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, how long until these are just not stores you can walk in, but like the window display at Macy's, and you just walk by it and you see their merchandise, but you can't go in and touch it because everyone keeps stealing it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not like you can go touch that shit anyway. A lot of it's behind glass. It just doesn't matter.
It's true. You want to do one?
And they can't do their they can't protect their shit the way it is. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Contrast up here a little bit. There we go. All right. You ready? I got one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure you've been following this. Tommy DeVito. Good story, right?
Yeah.
It was at first. Guy lives at home. Yeah. He walks to the stadium for games. He takes the bus to the Giants.
Is
stadium.
He really?
No, but he lives less than 20 miles from there. He lives at home.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah, he's local, and there's been a buzz about him.
And that motherfucking agent of his.
Oh God.
He decided to make his life better throughout all this, right? Let me go ahead and pull up a picture of this fucking leprechaun.
Yeah, I mean that suit and hat.
Sean Stellato
was one of the when he wore the suit and hat. Look at dude, he looks like Ben Stiller in that picture where he's shirtless.
Right here. Yeah. Oh, this one.
Yeah.
He is such an ugly dude too.
Yeah, he really is.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Yeah, so go to the one with Tommy with his hood up, the one from Monday Night Football. This
So
this
that was
is
the
this
first one.
yeah.
So right, he was like, "Oh, well, people thought I looked really cool because I'm Italian." That's the other thing,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah,
come on, and you got some Italian blood.
I do.
You so, but man,
I would
fucking
never do
give it a
this.
rest.
Yeah, like
give it a rest.
it, honestly, it was probably one it was probably one of the it was a good marketing decision.
Well, it was until what I want to talk about here is the whole
Oh,
pizza
okay.
thing. You do you know this story?
Uh-uh.
This was on ESPN for a few days. I know you're busy, but I didn't think you were that busy. Tommy DeVito, newfound fame. And this is
Okay.
the asshole. This is the guy who's in charge of Tommy DeVito, right? He's the connection to the outside world and opportunity in Tommy DeVito. And Tommy DeVito said there was a story that came out on Monday, and I didn't have that story pulled up, but I think I could find it. Pizzeria cancels Tommy DeVito.
Some stuff slipped through the cracks. I can't wait to
Right.
see what this is about.
Okay. So here are the guys. This asshole and that asshole. Okay. So is the gist of the story here is that this local pizzeria near where Tommy DeVito lives had arranged for him to come in and do an appearance, sign some autographs, 2 hours, whatever.
Caniglios.
And they were gonna do $10,000. Caniglios. Probably great pizza, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds delicious.
So the story, these are the Caniglios pizzas, people. So the issue is that he will not be coming on Tuesday after the last week's win. We received word from his agent that his appearance fee would be doubling from $10K to $20K.
Not a good
We're
look.
small
Tommy.
and yeah, and they're like, you know what? We can't do it. And then the agent said, we didn't have a signed contract. We never raised price. Nothing was ever agreed to. And Caniglios is like, motherfucker, I got the, hold on.
He kept receipts.
Boom. This and then the owner of the pizza place showed this picture from Stellato. Please modify the agreement. I think 30 minutes at 64. Good on the 2 hours, 10K, 250. He texted that was good whenever this was agreed to. And he had the balls to say, no, we never talked about that.
Look at his Instagram picture.
I know. This fucking guy. So
what a cock this guy is.
So look, and then I think that the story ends where Tommy DeVito hired a new marketing firm and went to the pizzeria and for free and did an appearance and stuff like that. He made it right. This agent cost him $10,000. This agent, Tommy DeVito, has been playing football effectively for 4 weeks ever in his life.
He cost him maybe more than that.
That's absolutely. His reputation now fucking sucks, and this is after he's doing on the TV. He's on Peyton and he's on Pat McAfee talking and shit like this agent, and then he goes out and tries to fucking strong arm someone for an extra $10,000 and ruin his clients, destroy his client's momentum
for 10 grand, right? Because I think what this tells us is when that man made the decision to wear the gangster pinstripe suit and fedora, all the attention he got afterwards, he got carried away.
Oh yeah.
He thought we'd
the guy He's like, we're doing this now. I'm doing it. I'm
Of
an
all
agent. I'm gonna get.
things, I mean, go to the Giants and ask them for more money than you agreed to. Kid won 3 games in a row. Don't go to Caniglio's Old Fashioned Pizza in Morristown and squeeze them for an extra 10 grand that they probably don't have. They probably don't even have the original 10 grand. It's a pizzeria.
I know, man. Yeah. It's just so. It's such a bad move, and so now I guess he's not in charge of that stuff anymore. Sean Stellato is still in charge of the football contract, apparently. And if you're the fucking Giants, watch that dickhead walk through the door. Be like, my client. Like, get out of here. Get out of here, man. What do you want? What other client do you have? He's like, well, my one client, the one that plays for you.
I thought I heard that he represented some other. He also represented Alfred Morris. That was the name I heard. Like, okay. Oh shit, Alfred Morris. No kidding. I think he rushed for like 400 yards one year.
400, huh? Yeah, it is. Now I'm hungry for pizza. Anyway,
yeah,
that was one story I got. You want to do another one?
Yeah, let's see another one you got.
Oh, I got a good one. I think this one's interesting. Okay. The cruise industry is something I will never dip my toes into, ever.
Have you ever been on a cruise?
One overnight one time. I was a kid. It was literally just to go from point A to point B. And it wasn't on a ship like this. It was on a smaller version of something like this.
I've been on a cruise.
What do you think? What did you think?
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I get it. I understand the appeal. But it's kind of like a vacation for people who want to keep moving but don't want to make any decisions. It's weird. It's a weird subset of people.
Just want to visit a lot of places and just have it all planned out and be ushered from here to there.
Yeah.
At all,
like,
you know.
That is the last thing I want to ever be on.
A schedule. Like a strict schedule.
That vote.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, the thing is, dude, there's like a 20% chance that your cruise something seriously wrong happens. And like the toilet stop flushing or the boat loses its stabilizers and you're fucking seasick. It's a huge, you go through a huge storm. I don't know. Which is apparently what happened here. But I didn't realize that this could happen on your cruise. Where a cruise ship that was supposed to go to the Bahamas fucking goes the exact opposite directions and takes you to Canada.
Is that what happened?
Passenger on a cruise ship MSC didn't get the balmy getaway they were expecting. The ship is scheduled to sail to the Bahamas, instead headed to New England and Canada due to unseasonable and rapidly worsening weather that would have made it impossible to safely reach the Southern Atlantic. What?
So cancel the cruise.
Yeah, right. No, of course you can't do that.
They really can't
give people refunds.
They had 2 years of remember when people the COVID cruise?
Yeah.
What a fucking nightmare.
You know, they were talking, that was out of San Diego. They were parked out there, right?
For like
everyone on this ship's everybody's got COVID. We got to get these people into isolation. Like, motherfucker, just leave them out there until they're good.
Yeah.
Throw some doctors on the board and they're in isolation. Keep them on the boat.
They're already isolated.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine a bunch of dumb, like, cruise people are very passionate about cruising. And if you take away their cruises, they're pissed.
Oh, yeah.
But they are willing, apparently, to get on a boat that has the ability to go wherever it wants. Like Canada in December.
That's a bit of a different trip. I can't imagine that anyone packed for that type of weather.
Oh, I guess they changed it. Okay, so they notified the itinerary around 8:30 Friday. Okay, so she's from Bloomington, Illinois. So that's, I wonder where that is. It's probably in the middle of nowhere. It's not Indiana. Told CNN she was notified of the itinerary for how she planned to head to Chicago with her 3 children to catch an early flight to New York City to get on the cruise ship. So that happened before she got on the ship. She still decided to go. She hadn't left home yet. I rushed to Walmart to try and get my family winter clothes. Do you not own winter clothes? You live in Illinois. I grabbed whatever I could. We just had to bring what we packed. We still have shorts, bathing suits, and sunscreen. What? What's going on here? You were still at home. Do you buy new clothes every season? And you weren't ready for a winter cruise?
They were given a choice to cancel their trip for a future credit or sail to the new itinerary.
People still showed up and then they complained. I love it. That to me, in my head, that kind of outlines the cruise experience to a T. Complaining. You're not happy when you get on the ship. Send it back. The chef, the buffet didn't have enough crab legs on it. The magician was only 45 minutes. I had to wait in line to get an ice cream sandwich. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of ice cream sandwiches being handed out.
It's like currency on a cruise. Dude, they say right here that the only alternative would have been to take the more extreme step of canceling the cruise. That's thousands of people's vacations. We can't do that. The only viable option was to reroute them to New England.
We're going to Newfoundland, everybody. Hope you packed your parkas. It just seems like you can't throw changes like this at cruise people. You can't switch it up like that. It'll ruin.
Maybe you can only throw changes like this at cruise people.
Can you imagine getting on a fucking airplane and it being like, well, we're actually not headed to Florida. We're going to Santa Fe. The weather was bad in Florida, so we're gonna go down to Santa Fe for a little bit. Hopefully everyone likes Tex-Mex. I don't know.
Look at this. At first, everyone tried to make the most of it. You see kids jumping in the outdoor pool, even though we were in New York and it was 40 degrees.
But we've all congregated around the indoor pool, so now that pool is crowded. She said that she got off, spent the first 2 days of the cruise in Boston, where she says they spent Sunday off the ship because it rained. On the ship because it rained.
Yeah.
The following day, they got off the boat with other passengers going in search of sweaters and coats. They knew they were going north before they got on the boat, before they left home. Why were they just like, we'll pick it up when we get there? Oh my God.
They said, I think someone said earlier that they were hoping they were diverted somewhere else once they got to New York. So they still had hope they were going somewhere warm. We're in Portland now and on TikTok trying to find out what to do in Portland.
I just wanted to be in the sun. Sad sack. I just wanted to be in the sun. Oh my God. So I didn't realize that you could actually do this, right? Cruise ships frequently skip or change ports of call and reserve the right to do so in their contracts of carriage. MSC said the carrier does not guarantee the cruise ship will call at any or every advertised port or follow any particular route or time schedule. Give that lawyer a bonus, man. Still, people are throwing money at the opportunity to get on a ship that may or may not go where it says it's going to go. I love that. That is a fucking news story. You won't see that on nightly news. Lester.
No, you don't.
All right, pull up one.
That's great.
You got one?
Yeah, I'm sharing. Okay.
see some Elon. I see some John Morant. Oh, it's yeah. He's the obvious choice.
Yeah. Give me one reason why John Morant wouldn't be the face of the NBA.
Lil, come on.
It's just this to me is the perfect headline.
Yeah,
Perfect. Lil Wayne
could write it.
Pitches. I will say there hasn't been a player that has reminded me of a young Michael Jordan ever since John Morant. I don't think he's as good as Michael Jordan, but the way he's entered the league and like the highlights he's made have been the closest that I think I've seen. Would you agree with that? The big statement.
I don't know, man. He loves to dunk everything, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Like his misses end up making their highlights.
Yes.
Missed dunks.
Yes.
I don't remember ever seeing anyone that, but like they're so crazy that they're still impressive. I don't know that I mean, I don't know. I don't follow basketball so much to know how good of an overall player he is. I think he's really good, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is he can't be out there with handguns and doing everything, ruining his thing, his brand.
That's what's so funny about him is that he like isn't a bad guy. He's trying to be.
He's trying to be bad, right?
Yeah. Like let's take a gander.
Yeah, can we pull up his TikTok greatest hits? Oh, okay.
Wow. Jordan. House. Rebound.
This is going to be amazing already, I can tell.
Wow, what handles by the kid.
It is very choppy. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's too choppy?
Yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Another jaw dropper ties it at 83.
Look at this guy. Like that's my favorite thing that he does. He likes to cock it back and get over someone and dunk. Like I'm sure they'll show a couple. Like he comes down the lane. He's somehow figured out how to do it over really big guys.
He dunks over Victor. Yeah, nice.
Love those uniforms too. Those Grizzlies uniforms.
Yep.
The Big Country Reeves Grizzlies.
That's right. Yeah.
The Mike Bibby
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah.
How pissed are the NBA players that they don't have bench situations like this anymore?
What do you mean?
You don't think an NBA player would love to have no one else around and just have room on the bench where now they're sitting next to some rich kid?
Oh, you mean COVID, the COVID bubble.
Yeah. Like those, they had room. They had their own water bottles. They had like their own first class airplane seats.
Yeah, you're right. You know,
it seemed like
this wasn't a bad of all the COVID sports applications. This was by far the best.
Yep.
Not for the players because they had to leave their whole lives and families for what, 9 months?
I don't think it was that long, but yeah.
How long is an NBA season?
They weren't there the whole time. Remember they stopped playing basketball? No, they weren't. They fucking stopped playing basketball when Rudy Gobert got COVID.
No. I'm talking about the bubble season.
I know. No, that was the same thing, wasn't it? They weren't there the whole year.
No. Rudy Gobert, I think they were.
God damn it.
I'm pretty sure that was the whole point. Well, they lived on campus in Disney.
I know that, but that wasn't for the whole season.
I think it was. How long do you think they were there then?
I'm finding out right now.
While we do this, let's watch some more John Morant dunks.
Go ahead.
Nice pass.
Okay, duration.
Can't finish.
Right, hold on. Go ahead.
Exhibition scrimmages from at the end of July, 22nd to 20. This is 2020.
Right.
regular season until August 14th, play-in tournament the 15th. They had the finals on October 11th.
So,
So they
would
were
you say
there
March
for
to October?
4 months. No, July.
Oh, okay. Still, that's a sacrifice. But yeah, you're right. It's not 9 months. That's crazy.
Average attendance 0.
Did you hear the story about Jimmy Butler during the bubble? How he started selling coffee, and now he has a
No.
coffee company. Yeah,
Does he really?
yeah. So
He seems like an interesting dude. I gotta be honest. I find him a good interview.
I think he's interesting. I think his game is interesting. I think he's like, he's just a unique kind of guy.
Yeah.
He bought like all high end coffee equipment, to make whatever kind of drink he wanted. And because he knew, and he did it cash only, and because basically he knew it was like airport rules. You can pay $5 for a bottle of water, or you can buy it somewhere else. Good luck, right? We've
Yeah,
got
right.
you. You're a captive audience. So he charged $20 per cup.
$20, huh?
Yeah,
That's
to
great.
these other mega millionaires. And he called it Big Face Coffee because he wanted people to pay with hundreds or something. There was some part about that. And now it's like he's got a coffee company.
Good for him, man. I did watch some basketball. I mean, basketball was kind of the only thing that was being played. I think hockey was on as well, but it was different.
Look at this.
Basketball at that time. The NFL wasn't playing games, were they?
Look
They
at
probably
this.
did. Go ahead.
No, NFL played games. This is his sign from the bubble.
Every size is $20.
No IOUs.
That looks good. I like that. They were
Yeah.
those guys. I know they were away from their families. First of all, some of them were probably really fucking pumped about that. Let's just be real. Second of all, they were loving life. They were like riding bikes around because they had the whole resort. And they were like fishing and playing golf.
Oh, I
riding
think it
bikes
would have been
everywhere.
great for the first month, and then you're like, okay, I want to
Yeah.
go home. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Agreed. It's like summer
yeah.
camp, basketball camp.
Yeah, it was like basketball camp. All right. Like, even if we were kids, if basketball camp lasted 4 or 5 months, we'd be getting a little stir.
I mean, I don't know. You give me an Xbox and
It's true.
yeah, I mean, you give me everything I want and in my own room.
What's interesting is that, so we're joking about basketball camp that we would have gone to when we were 16 or 17. These guys are only a few years older than that.
Right.
So like, yeah, you're right. That is the formula. I'm sure they snuck women in.
Well, I think that happened.
That weren't their
and
wives.
I think that might have happened once or twice, and someone got booted for it.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler wasn't the only one who started a business in the bubble.
That's right. Dude, did you see Eric Adams on that fucking interview talk about what makes New York so unique?
Yeah, and he talked about how one day you could be walking down the street and you could see, I don't know, something like a plane flying into the Twin Towers or a falafel stand or a rat tugging a piece of pizza.
Yeah.
You
You never know. You never know what you're going to get. That is.
I think that's a little overblown because I know what he was trying to say, and like, I don't know. What is his job really? Is his job to be the city's administrator, or is his job to give press conferences? Maybe a little bit of both. But I think that you can only have a microphone shoved in your face so many times before you say something unintentionally stupid.
You got to be intentional about bringing up 9/11 when you're talking about
maybe if you're the mayor of New York.
what the experience of living in New York is all about. You got to be pretty dense. You're like, you never know, terrorist attack, or you could get some good pizza. You never know what the day will hold.
That's fair. It certainly wasn't his finest moment.
No, that guy. Well, he's not now. He's also, what is he, subject to like all these probes for? Is it Turkey? There's some foreign government that he's been taking money from.
Yeah. I saw that.
It's one of them.
Any guesses?
What's it? You turn into a banana. Isn't that the?
I don't know. I didn't read this one. I just liked the headline.
Isn't that the popular opinion there? You eat so many bananas, you turn into a banana. That's what I thought. You may increase your energy. Yeah. Plug your shit up. I'll tell you what. I went to camp. So speaking of camp, I went to I think it was track camp, and one of the guys there did not want to shit in a public bathroom, and so he ate bananas all week to plug himself up.
Do they plug you up?
Yeah, apparently.
That's a very weird thing to do.
It is. It was not. He was the only one doing that. Put it that way. He was the only one with that strategy. A lot of qualifiers I'm seeing here. Written by the
There's
big
no
banana.
rule.
Jesus. This is the fucking Dole Banana lobbying arm wrote this article.
Brought to you by the United Fruit Company.
UFC.
All right.
Should we jump to the next segment? You got anything else?
You got any other good news headlines?
Those are my three.
Okay. Well, I have a couple more. Let's see if either.
Let's talk about them.
See if any of these spark some wit and wisdom. Let's jump into this one. Lorde, I'm a big fan of Lorde.
She was very cool.
Still is.
She's changed. Yeah, I kind of lost touch with what Lorde was up to, but I did notice she changed her image when she came out. She was wearing all black all the time. That was her thing, and now she's not doing that.
Now she's
showing
yellow.
midriff. I mean, that was not her thing.
Midriff.
Her music's good. I love that Pure Heroin.
Oh, dude, that album. That's
really good.
That's one of the better albums I've heard in my lifetime, and so re-listenable. But really, I think it's Jack Antonoff, the producer, that she worked with to create that. Have you heard Taylor Swift's newest album, the one that she's on tour for right now?
No.
Also produced by Jack Antonoff, and really feels like a Lorde album with Taylor Swift's voice over it. It's good. It's really, you'd like it. I know you'd like a lot of the songs because it's got that same kind of synthy boom bap production.
Synthy boom bap.
Like kind of hip hop beats with a female vocalist over top. It's cool.
Yep. Okay. Into that.
We have the same headphones. Hold on.
Hey, is that Lorde? Hang on. Is that Lorde? Oh, we got Lorde over there. That's it. Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Oops. Sorry.
So Elon very quietly shuttering some of his businesses. There was a minute where I thought, this son of a bitch might just be crazy enough to pull this off. Now, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it.
With the Hyperloop?
That was the thing that was going from. Was it coast to coast? Was that the idea?
Well, there was
going to go coast to coast.
Yeah, they had a number of them promised. I think they were going to start a little smaller than coast to coast. Maybe downtown LA to Dodger Stadium, maybe San Diego to LA, something like that. And then I think that the most they ever got done was like a mile of test track and in Vegas, and then some other short, for the purposes of demonstrating whatever. They raised $450 million from VCs. But this, I mean, I will say it's a great idea. Like the concept is you instead of getting on an off ramp, you're driving on local roads and then you take an exit or whatever, and you go onto a platform. It lowers you down into a tunnel, and then that platform accelerates at a speed that's way faster than what your car could do. And it's a great idea for getting rid of traffic. It really is. Something like this will probably end up happening. It was called, it was rebranded to Virgin Hyperloop after Richard Branson invested. After an exodus of top execs, Virgin dropped its name from Hyperloop. Hey, Elon, can we put our name on the front of Hyperloop? We give you a bunch of money?
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, no, you know what? Never mind. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, I can't imagine, because they were talking about speeds that were just insane, right? Like hundreds of miles an hour.
Yeah, it was
but you won't even feel it. Okay.
It's a good idea. It's just a little too soon, too early. World's not ready for it yet. Which begs the question: genius or charlatan? Savior or the devil? Your thoughts?
Find out next week on the Rich and Josh show. We talk about Elon.
We've got tech stocks, Indian tech stocks, the new get rich quick scheme or idea. How do you feel about India's stock market? How do you picture India's stock market in your head? What are you seeing right now?
First of all, I'll tell you one thing. I bet the computers, there are a bunch of people sitting around computers. That's what I would bet.
I'd say it's a safe bet. Do you think this is it?
I'm sure it's fine. It's not. What's that?
I guess this is it right here. We're looking at it. No need to imagine what it looks like.
NSF, non-sufficient funds.
NSE.
That means in banking.
National Stock Exchange.
Oh, is that an E? Got it.
It's an E, yeah. Which I think is a good name. I like that. It's strong.
National Stock Exchange of the country.
Investors placed orders of 172 billion for Indian IPOs with a market cap of 5.3 billion.
That's not good.
It's called a bubble.
That's not good. Yeah, you don't want to be in that trade. Dude, stocks. I used to think that it was possible to make a living doing that, but really the living to be made on advising people on which stocks to get is to get them to pay you, get enough people and put them in different things or put them in something that you don't manage and get them to pay you a fee.
While you then pay a fee for the managed ETF or mutual fund.
Yeah, you pass that through.
Yeah, you pass
take
that
your
through.
cut. You
Double
take your
fee.
cut. That's it. You're just the guy.
I don't know if you knew this, but only equity investments can make you money. You can't make money by saving.
Oh. See, again,
so
who's this article written by? The National Stock Exchange of India.
Yeah. Let's see. You want to see the futures betting odds for Super Bowl?
Yeah, what are the Steelers?
That's a good question.
Looks
like Niners are plus 220.
Plus 15,000.
Ravens are plus 250. What's that?
Plus 15,000.
I would say
the Steelers from Pittsburgh.
If there's odds on them in this article, I mean, I'm sure there's odds on them somewhere. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Somewhere around there. Maybe 15 or 20 maybe. Yeah. Ooh, this is a juicy one. That's it. A smart better would put their money on Mahomes.
Dude, they can't catch passes over there.
7-1. Yeah, that's true. They've got issues.
They're losing games because of it.
Yeah. And he's got
to stop.
Real whiny about it.
He is. Dude, I'll tell you what. When they lost that game because of the offsides call, the offensive offsides call.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
he bitched and moaned a day after that, and it was a little cringy. Pat,
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh
man.
yeah. Major cringe.
Just stop it.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. It was ludicrous, but you don't. It's not the way you handle that. You let your coaches, you let the media talk about how crazy it is while you stay humble and say, yeah, you know what? We're just trying to win a game. Try to go out there, give 110%.
If that play
I
went for an
will
incomplete
say-
pass, they would it would never. He would have forgotten about it by the end of the game. It was only because
Of
it was a
course.
touchdown. It was a really dramatic touchdown that he let
Yeah.
that. Then that flag was thrown before he let go of the ball. So it's not like they called it back because they didn't want you to win. The guy was way off sides too. I mean, it was pretty obvious.
I guess what I've heard, and I don't really know, but that's not that uncommon. And usually they just let it go. That's why
I mean,
he's
you
upset.
can kind of tell. But that wasn't the first time it happened that game, and they didn't call it earlier. It's like, all right, at some point, like what I would love to go to Patrick, like, okay, so you're mad that they didn't call that. How much farther offsides would he have had to be before you wouldn't be mad that they called it? Without giving him a warning, without doing anything, you know, how much farther? Is it 3 feet? Did he need to be 3 yards? Did he need to be another yard offsides? And then you'd have thought it was reasonable? Was it 1 inch more?
Yeah.
And then he kept like doubling down on it, and it made it seem even more like he knew he was wrong, but he just couldn't get out of
I'm going to be honest. If he said those things in a different voice, I wouldn't have as big of a problem with it.
Fucking, yeah, he's got that Kermit voice. Fucking
I'm
crazy
here.
call, man. Fucking crazy call, man.
I'm out
God
here
damn it.
busting my ass. And the refs, they're calling things they shouldn't be calling. I'm angry.
That's really good. That's really good. You got a good Patrick Mahomes.
I'm
That's
angry.
nice. I like that.
I'm angered.
All right. And that's it. That's all we get.
That's it. Just that. But I guess only 3 teams have a chance. They leak the
You know what-
script.
You know what we need to do? You see on all these, can you gamble on sports in DC?
Yes.
So you're also inundated by DraftKings and FanDuel commercials, and they all have the same disclaimer at the end. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's call 1-800-GAMBLER. I'd love to see what kind of solutions those people have.
I'm in.
Like,
I'm in.
to think
Next show.
that that's a
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
to think that they're doing anything by the existence of 1-800-GAMBLER or saying it after every, come on. Gambling addiction's serious. Like, that's a serious thing that ruins people's lives. What are they going to say?
Sure does.
Yeah, go to a meeting and stop gambling.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Don't do it. Okay?
Do they stay
Okay.
on the phone with
All
you
right.
all day?
Have a good day. Just make sure you don't gamble.
Oh man, that picture was so much better in the preview. Can you see that? The SBF,
SBF?
picture.
Yeah, man. That guy.
SBF's lawyer says his client was the worst ever under cross-examination.
He was pretty bad. Yeah, he that trial went pretty quick. That guy went from
Lightning.
he went from being in the stand to being in jail for the rest of his life. It was lightning speed. Lightning speed. Yeah. All right, let's talk about let's do something a little lighter. Let's go check this bitch out.
Got it.
Exit 30, Amity, Lone Pine, Washington County. Deep
Ooh.
into Washington County at this point. And I'll tell you what, there's not a lot. There's not a lot.
How
at
long
this
until we
exit.
get to the-
There's food.
Brownson House.
It's gonna be a while, man. We're not even at Wheeling yet. We got
think
a few
I
before
think it's-
Wheeling.
I think it's Mertland Avenue.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's the exit.
It's the anticipation's building.
Yeah.
Here it is. Exit 30, baby. Exit 30 on Interstate 79. Right? Where's the exit number? There it is. Nothing.
This is another just wasteland.
I mean, this says there's food
Why is
here.
Why? Okay, well, let's find it.
So
Because why
you
does it
gotta
need an
find the
exit?
food. There's an Exxon.
How is that decided? Are the exits established based on the towns, or are the towns established based on the exits? Little column A, little column B?
Yeah. It's possible. Yeah, man. There's one gas station here.
Yeah, Jesus.
These don't even have. They don't even have
hold on,
markers.
Let's look
yeah,
at that
Lone
gas
Pine
station.
Self-
So let's assume for a second that we're driving through Washington County and we need gas.
Yep.
And so we take the Amity exit. I'm very curious to see what that will be like for me. How terrifying it would be.
Those are definitely bodies. There's definitely bodies in this. Who took that picture? You're like, oh man,
Who
you
took
gotta
the
see
picture?
this. I'm
Who
gonna
thought
post it
that
on
that would
Google.
last behind their car for anything longer than
Yeah.
15 minutes?
It's leaning. It's leaning. It ain't gonna happen. You better
Attached
be going.
to
I hope
a,
you're going south. Mercedes.
$85,000 SUV, yeah. Or
That
wagon,
is
I
an
guess.
ugly car. That is an ugly looking car. And that is half minivan, half SUV.
Is that the
Easy.
wagon or is that the SUV?
It looks like a minivan, right?
It really does. Yeah.
What's the model? 320 something COI, COI. I don't know. Whatever. Those need to be sliding doors. Anyway, that's my point. All right. So this is what we got here. There's the food, I guess, and beer. Everything you need. A lot of minivans. This is the car you would expect to see in Lone Pine.
It's got a donut on it.
Right there. Donut. Donut, but it's fine. It's good for a few days. I just gotta run
Now-
down and get some Subway and beer.
How did we arrive at the name Lone Pine?
Well,
We're not in a piney timber area here, are we?
you don't think so? You tell me.
Pine? Evergreens?
Lone Pine Road. They probably named it after Lone Pine Self Storage. Which, by the way, what is this? A self storage for rabbits? What's going on here? There's nothing to. Where are you storing stuff?
Hey, did you know that during Back to the Future, the first one, they are at the beginning of the movie, Michael J. Fox and the Christopher Lloyd go to Twin Pines Mall, but when they're trying to escape from the Libyans, they knock over one of the pine trees, and so when they go back to the future, it's called Lone Pine Mall.
Interesting. I didn't
It's a
know
good
that.
little Easter egg. Yeah.
Do they make a big deal out of that or no?
No,
It's just something you
they
have to
kinda just
notice.
did it. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
and I didn't notice it. I saw it on YouTube or something.
Got it. So they
So
have
the name of this
outdo-
town
outs-
must be Lone Pine.
It is. It's Lone Pine and Amity. There's two.
Gotcha.
There's outdoor storage here. I assume that it's just a parking lot for RVs. I don't know.
Safe bet.
Just nothing. Baseball field. So this is a school, I'm guessing. No marker. This is the Lone Pine School District.
That's actually an impressive facility, man. It looks new. Number one. See if we can get down and get a good look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop
Nope.
the little man.
Can't do it. Nothing.
Actually,
nothing
no.
there.
No, does it look new?
See if we can
I'll
see
tell
it
you
from the
what.
South Main Street extension. Oh, that's not
It's
Trinity.
an
Trinity.
elementary school. It's huge.
The campus. And they got they got space. You go out to
Yeah.
these places in the middle of nowhere, you can build whatever you want.
Yeah.
You got land. You know? I mean,
Yeah.
look at this. There's fucking nothing else on this
Yeah.
street. What's down here? Is that a Elks Lodge? I
Probably.
mean, definitely, it's an Elks Lodge, right? That is.
That's a motel.
It's either an Elks Lodge or a nursing home.
It looks like a motel.
Let's see. We got a sign here. 180 acres for sale. Let's do it. Let's just buy.
Do you think that's a
buy
good
some
idea?
acreage.
Like, do you at some
well.
point aren't we going to expand into everything?
So yeah, get the 180 acres is what you're saying. Buy it now.
Yeah, like anywhere. You know, within reason.
Sure. I'm all for it.
So like
man.
my parents, where they live right now, is in Presto, Pennsylvania. It's by Nevillewood, right?
Yep.
And their front door is about 500 feet from the now inoperable or no longer operating barracks of a Nike surface-to-air missile site that the U.S. government operated. So in the 50s, during the Cold War, 50s and 60s, where my parents live was so remote, they had a missile site in plain sight because no one lived out there.
Yep.
Now it's highly populated. So like if we buy 180 acres out here, is it going to eventually turn into where my parents live? Are my parents going to live there?
There's only one way to find out. How much money you got? You got money to buy 180 acres right now?
No, I'm a little light right now. maybe
By the
I
way,
can do
I'd
that
have-
just to, I can't. I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah. I have no idea how much 180 acres in Amity, Pennsylvania would be. No clue. If you told me it was $180,000, I'd be like, okay. If you told me it's $180 million, I'd be like, it seems a little high, but I have, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Also, where are these acres? Is it this? Like, is it all of this? Or, is it like is it like real narrow?
Or is that just a sign that guy puts up all up and down the road, letting people know that somewhere he's got 180 acres to sell?
Yeah. It's nearby.
Yeah.
I'm here to buy the acres. Like, I have it. It's nearby.
Day Dwayne
Got the
driving school,
cash?
please.
Yep. I think we found the place we're leaving a review.
What you just said actually happened.
Yes.
I want to say turn of the century, going into the 20th century. There was a guy who sold the Eiffel Tower like 4 or 5 times. To,
Good for that guy.
pretty smart people for pretty hefty sums. Scrap metal. That's what he was selling it for.
Some
he had
people
to
showed
get it
up
down.
after they bought it. They showed up with like saws, and they're like, "Yeah, we're here to take it down. We're gonna build something else with it." That's what happened.
Yeah,
That was the idea.
multiple times.
So hold on. Let's go back to Day Dwayne driving school here. What is?
There's 11 reviews, and I got to see all of them.
Driver's ed. Okay, so it's just a driver's ed. And there's 11 reviews. That's right. What do we got here? Mr. Day is knowledgeable, friendly, and nice driving tutor.
Wait a second.
Make sure.
Pause. What's his name?
JC. Jesus Christ. Day Dwayne. I guess it's Dwayne Day.
Mr. Day? Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, Dwayne Day.
So why did he name
D-Day.
his driving school Day Dwayne?
I don't know. D-Day. D-Day driving school. He makes sure I know my knowledge, pass my driver test, and most importantly, drive safely.
I've never
This
heard
person
anyone
wrote-
say,
Yeah.
know my
This was
knowledge.
written under duress. Easily, for sure. He calmed me down with his humor. He reassured me, gave me confidence, encouraged me when I was upset. He supported me through his entire driver test journey. He's such an amazing tutor. Passed my test. This guy seems like a nice-ish guy. I don't know. We're not gonna leave a fake
Keep going.
review here.
Read the next one.
I taught my autistic son the basics of driving. He was doing well, but I could not bite the bullet and get him out of the highway. So we hired Mr. Day. And he got him to the next level. He's having to drive in town and on a 4-lane divided highway. Mr. Day, oh my God. That doesn't seem safe. I gotta. First of all, if the reason you're hiring someone is because you don't trust the person driving the car, how are you as Dwayne Day being like, yeah, I'll do it? Like, what's your like? Yeah, I'll do it, but it's treble fees here.
So
$300 an hour.
speaking of fees, this guy's idea, his business plan was, okay, guys, listen, I've got a way to make money. I'm going to go to a very remote area that's not highly populated, and I'm going to offer a service that only people need once and only when they're 15 years old.
That's how these places work, though, man.
We're going to be rich.
That's how these towns work. There's one person that does a job for every job.
Yeah, it's true.
And I mean, look, being a driving instructor, I mean, that's not those people are always doing things, right? Like they're always in demand somewhere.
Yeah.
So I guess even in Amity Lone Pine. But shit, man, that's can you imagine a more stressful job than being in the passenger seat as someone who doesn't know how to drive?
No.
We were talking about this, when you got how did you learn how to drive? When you got your permit, do you remember, did you take driving ed?
Yeah, I did. I took same thing my sisters did. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 sessions with the guy, the one who had the brake on the other side of his car.
Okay.
And then my mom. How about you?
Your mom? No, I did not. I did not take driver's ed.
You didn't miss anything.
As a matter of fact, when the first time I got behind the wheel of a car, was my mom drove me to take the permit test. I passed, and she gave me the keys and said, "You're driving home." I was like,
Whoa.
"Okay."
Where did
All
you
right,
take in
let's do
Bridgeville?
it. Yeah, I think so. So it wasn't a super long
That's
drive, back roads, right?
Yeah, but like
there was
some
traffic.
hills, some blind
Yeah.
turns. Yeah.
It was. She's like, "This is it." I mean, what do you? I was like, "Oh, do you don't want to like go to a parking lot?" Something. She's like, "Fucking get in the car."
I love that. How did you do?
Fine. Didn't wreck the car. And then the next day, we went to New York for a vacation, and I drove the entire way to New York. I drove the entire state of Pennsylvania. When we got to the tunnel, or right before the tunnel to cross into Manhattan, I got out of the driver's seat. But I drove. I was just like, all right, well, now you know how to drive on interstates. Did it for 6 hours.
I mean, were you nervous? Were you like clutching the wheel with white knuckles the whole time?
I don't remember. I'm sure I was paying attention, right? That was in the right lane, going the speed limit. I'm sure that's what was happening. But I can drive, man. I can drive forever. I got that from my parents. My dad drives all the time, everywhere.
I remember that about your folks. What is it? You think it's just it's soothing to be out on the open road? Is that the idea? How do you feel about it? I'm curious what the psychology of this is.
I do like being in a car by myself, listening to music or whatever, daydreaming. You don't have to pay attention too much when you're on the interstate.
Yeah.
When there's a lot of traffic, it's always stressful. I don't love that. Sarah does not love me being. She thinks I'm an aggressive driver.
You're a very specific kind of driver. I will say that. And also, having been in the car with both of your parents and you many times, you drive exactly like your parents do.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not bad. You guys just have a style. You have a style, and there's a few things I've even picked up from you that I still think about to this day when I'm driving.
Like what?
I can't think of off the top of my head, but it was just the other day I was doing something and Allison was annoyed by it, and I was like, you know where I picked this one up. But she was wrong to be annoyed by it. Like it was a smart thing to be doing. I just can't remember what it was. It'll come to me. But yeah, you guys
especially
have a style.
If I developed it, yeah, of course.
And I also remember your mom used to always make fun of the guys who put the arm up.
Professional drivers.
That's right. She would call them professional drivers. And she wore the gloves. I love those gloves. They look so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, gloves are good. Yeah, man, we were a family of driving. My dad still drives all the time. He's in West Virginia a lot, going to job sites, so he puts a ton of miles on the car. And I've made some epic road trips for work. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like that's part of the experience, is driving a lot of miles.
Have you ever gone cross country?
No, I haven't. I don't
I'm
know
gonna
that I
pitch
have
something.
the desire. Go
Well,
ahead.
If we really want to do this, we go cross country with the show every day.
Yeah.
That
That'd
would
be
be-
interesting. That'd be interesting.
That'd be very interesting. We could I'm trying to think of a way for us to keep from killing each other, because any two people in that scenario are going to get flustered and frustrated. That will be fine. But that would be, my
That's the
sisters did
point.
it together. Yeah, I know. My sisters did it together when Aviel moved to Seattle for Amazon.
Okay.
And
How was
they had a great time.
They had a good time. Okay.
Yeah, they had a good time. I mean, they left themselves some wiggle room, but they had to be there within some, like, they couldn't just meander around the country and go, they had an itinerary. And I think that they both said they would have, if they did it again, they would have rather had no itinerary and just kind of, looked up ahead of time the things that they really wanted to do, but then have like a little bit more flexibility to just like, well, what's over there? What's this? Let's go check this out. But it sounds cool.
How long does it take to go from New York City to Seattle, say?
I think they did it in 2 weeks, but it could be done in a week reasonably, and it could be done. I watched this 160 Minutes about the abuse of methamphetamine in the trucking industry, and they interviewed a woman who said she made it from LA to New York City in 48 hours.
Yeah. It looks like you can do it in 42 hours.
Yeah, you have to average 90 miles an hour, but you can do it.
You can't stop.
Can't stop. So hence the methamphetamine.
Yeah. Well, I guess she did stop for why. That's nuts. Let's see.
I mean, that's like FedEx speeds.
That's what they do, man. FedEx just hands one package to a gal on meth.
It's pretty cool that we have the ability. Like, I think about this sometimes as one of the most impressive things that we've done as a species. I can at 6:00 tonight, I can take an envelope to FedEx and have it in LA tomorrow morning by 8:30 a.m. I think that's amazing. Anybody can, not just certain people, or not just people with tons of money. You need like $20 and then you can do it.
Right. Yeah. I also think it is the Postal Service, and just that whole, I know that's not the Postal Service, but just that idea of shipping is very impressive, that it's not worse.
Right.
Right. How much does it cost to send a letter? Stamps cost fucking 30 cents and you can send it across the country. They're more than that now, I think, but
how much? Do you remember how much they were when we were kids?
29 cents.
That's right. Yeah.
29 was the number. The first time I was conscious about how much a stamp cost. And
for a while, like until from the time I used my first stamp, pretty much until I used my last stamp, it was 29 cents. It didn't go up much.
Yeah. All right, let's get back. Let's see if we let's continue here. We got to find something to leave.
Well, let's not lose the thread on our cross country trip. Let's put a pin in that.
I think that's an idea. I think it's absolutely an idea. key is, do you drive there and back, or you just drive there and fly back?
I think you drive there and fly back, but then what do you do with the car?
Well, you rent a car.
Could rent a
Just
car, but
donate
they always
it.
charge some absurd fee to pick it up somewhere and drop it off somewhere else.
The economics of this are going to be staggering for sure.
Yeah.
It's at best it's a week-long vacation.
Yeah, right.
It's a week of hotel rooms.
That's true. I didn't think about that, but like you know, we could stay in some exciting motels.
All good. We'll figure it out. I'm all for it. I think that's a great idea.
The question is,
a matter of when we can
down
do
or
it.
up? Do we go down or do we go up? Do we hit the northern states or do we hit the southern states?
I think I'd rather hit the northern states. One, we're already there, and two, I just don't know it's that exciting to drive through North Texas.
Yeah, like I'm not looking forward to being a Jewish guy who lives outside of New York City, breaking down in rural Mississippi and seeing how that goes.
It's out of the way. Yeah, not into it. What we could do is this would significantly extend the duration of the trip, is to play golf somewhere every day. Film that.
Maybe not every day, but yeah, I like that. Like it would be
Find
probably
some
hard to
shit
do
golf
it.
course.
Yeah. Play a golf course in every state.
Yeah.
Play a golf course.
easily.
Nah, I don't like that as much. Cross country golf
Dude.
course. So we'd have to do it in the summer. If we were doing it in the summer, I agree. North is the way to go. If it's in the winter, then definitely. Like, because then you can hit Savannah, you can hit Atlanta.
We're not doing this in the winter time. we're
That would
gonna
be
at
very
least
fun.
Yeah, and the summertime's not great either. You definitely don't want to be in the south driving through tornadoes in the summer, because that's definitely happening
Look,
every
and
year.
you want to hear
Well,
the
we
best
found
part?
it.
I'll let you
Lethal
drive
DJs.
the whole time if you want to.
Perfect. Even better. Okay, we found our business to explore. Lethal DJ Services.
What a
Folks,
name.
It is a name. What a logo. What a logo.
Text your song request to DJ Jeremy. Jeremy. The 724 area code.
DJ, text your song request.
Dude, that's just his number. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's Jeremy's number.
he's just giving his number out to everybody.
Look at this logo.
All right.
Is
Pull
that
up your
that's
text
a
messages.
spider? Spider?
What, yeah.
Impression is everything? Impression is everything. Lethal DJ Services. Text your song request to DJ Jeremy.
But what's coming out of the spider? Is that music?
It's a treble clef.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I love it. So here are the pictures that, by the way, were posted by Lethal DJ Services.
What song should I text him right now?
Mambo number 5.
Coming from a 412 number too, so he might start playing it.
You gonna send one? You send
No,
one to
no,
him?
I don't want to bother this
Yeah.
guy on Friday morning.
Not trying to. Yeah. So here are the pictures that the Lethal DJ Services have posted. Love these frames of people dancing where they're kind of mid move and their arms are to the side, but their weights shifted.
Well, what's
know they're
happening here is
dancing.
that people are dressed for what seems to be very different occasions. We've got a highly formal woman in a nice dress, and then we've got someone wearing a hoodie and leggings. 2 people
Yep.
wearing hoodies and leggings. If you had a wedding and someone showed up in a hoodie and leggings,
Be like, I'm in Lone Pine. I must be in Lone Pine. What is this? Greene County? We're in Washington County. Our sweaters don't have hoods on them. We're dressed up.
crew necks.
We're crew necks
That
only
looks
here.
like That looks like a wedding in a corporate meeting room.
It's a VFW. It's got to be. It's
Love it.
these aren't. Yeah, it's just the drop tile ceiling, and we're using the halogen lights.
Can I ask a dumb question? It's going to be really dumb.
Please.
Something I've never taken the time to think about until right in this moment. What's a volunteer fire department? And does that mean that if your local fire department is a volunteer, is a VFD, does that mean it's guys like us that are obviously dedicating their time to help out, are solely responsible for putting out fires? And what's the skill gap between a volunteer fire department and a regular fire department?
I don't know the answer to any of those questions. But
Okay,
I would
I
bet
don't feel as
that,
dumb.
yeah, I don't know. I think
Do they get
you've
paid?
got, I don't know. I think you do. We had
John
friends
Brewy
in
was a
high
VFD.
school. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had guys. There were guys in high school that were, once they turned 18, they were volunteer firefighters. And I think you do get paid a little bit.
Dude, firefighters
Maybe
are
not.
cool.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
They're like that. They're badasses.
They are. I'll tell you what. There's no one you can have an opinion
Yeah.
about cops. I bet that's Jeremy.
Oh, that's
I'm just
definitely
gonna
Jeremy.
go out on a limb and say that's Jeremy.
Yeah, I would
This
have
party
bet.
looked like it was crazy. Look, everyone's got the ties off, and this must be the end of the night.
It's got to turn the
this party,
lights
this
down.
wedding.
People get
I
nuts.
know it's too bright.
Yeah,
Turn it down,
it's a good angle.
John Fetterman.
I like how we're tipped over. That's nice.
Yeah, barn wedding.
Yeah, barn weddings are cool. I went to a barn wedding in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, I've been to one or two. They're okay.
I was at that wedding the next day, we were delayed because there was actually snow, which is not typical for them. It was like a snow hailstorm. So we crossed over the border to Iowa, which is right next door, because they had a casino. So, and a group of us went. We weren't really sure what to expect, but it was crowded. And, you know, the low limit tables were crowded, which is what we wanted to play. So I think it was a roulette table that we were hoping to step up to. And someone at the roulette table, was so drunk, they fell over and then vomited right next to themselves. And one of my buddies who I was with just stepped over them and started betting on roulette.
Yep.
It's one way for a spot
Man.
to open up.
Trying to get in. Yeah, trying to get in that next spin.
Oh, I like this.
I mean,
This is his angle.
yeah.
Jeremy's angle is this.
Sideways. Yeah.
Those look
It's
like
tough.
fun
It's
people.
tough on the neck. It looks like they're having a good time, right?
Yeah.
And maybe this is where he lives. What is this?
It's kind of a cool house.
It's got like an access road.
And what's
A
that
parking
roof all
pad up
about?
here.
Is that a corrugated steel roof?
It looks like it, huh?
That's kind of cool.
It looks all right.
Got a basketball.
It looks all right. It is a nice house.
Yeah, it is. Stone. I
Take a
like
look.
it. There's the Lone Pine right in front.
There it is. Or are you sure that's not the Amity?
Yeah, it could be the Amity.
Let's read some reviews for Lethal.
Yeah, I want
Service.
to see how
Uh,
the name.
okay.
Actually, I don't think. Oh, yeah, there are reviews. The name is a little weird to me.
it doesn't make a lot of. Did I just freeze? There we go. Uh-oh. We got a 1-star and a
Yeah.
2-star.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Jeremy
no
just
interest
did our
in the-
wedding. Couldn't be happier that Lethal DJ is who we went with. They're so easy to get in touch with the entire process. Jeremy is amazing. I like, have a must playlist, had a wedding where I'm smoothly, I've seen years prior, wedding dude in the way. I want to see someone who was unhappy.
Yeah, go to the 1-star reviews.
4
I don't care
stars.
about.
4 stars. Reception got off to a slow start. 4 stars. Okay. I also noticed there were a few items in our package that we did not get at our wedding.
Wait. Look at the response from the owner.
I will definitely speak to my DJs to go over your points. Wow, this is long. We definitely set up everything in the package because I make the DJ send me pics to verify. I saw they even posted our social media. There's a lot of factors that affect music playing selections at weddings. Oh my god.
To keep people motivated to dance. We even have to use our experience and discretion to keep people out there. This is complicated. Okay, lady? You don't just make a playlist and hit play.
Yeah. I mean, you do that, but then you have to hit next at the right time.
I mean, yeah, it is that. But then who builds the playlist? What, are you going to build it?
Yeah. Here we go. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Shane
Finley. Oh, what an opener.
It's unfortunate that I have to spend the day after my wedding writing this review. We need like sad music here. Is there a sad music we can do? But I feel that I have no other choice. I am extremely disappointed in the way that Jeremy Gerba handled my wedding reception last night. I feel that Jeremy was unfocused and lazy in his preparation and DJ presentation for our reception. Prior to my event, I have heard and experienced nothing but great things about Lethal DJ service and Jeremy as a DJ. However, last night he appeared to be more concerned about socializing with my guests. I, as a bride, had to watch the clock and have a family member keep him on schedule with my timeline. What bride looks at the time and keeps their DJ on track? That was the first line crossed. However, Jeremy crossed a bigger line with me. I was asked to fill out his paperwork with a do not play list song list. Put a few songs, artists on this list and provided to Jeremy 2 weeks prior to my event. You would think that when you're getting paid to do a job, you would be well prepared and strive for excellence to deliver the best consumer satisfaction. Step 1 to owning a business. That's step one. However, I became upset and furious when songs were being played one after another that were on my do not play list. One song in particular. Here we go. It is. That's one song in particular refers to the blurred lines of consent in sex.
Blurred lines.
The song is particularly upsetting to me, and I knew it would also be upsetting to some of my guests, so it was automatically placed on the do not playlist that was provided to Jeremy. What do you know? I hear this song being played at my wedding reception. This music is not sad enough. On my do not playlist. Let's see. This automatically put a horrible mindset.
Really sad.
Yeah. I spent a good portion of my reception upset and crying.
Oh wait, she shows him the paperwork and he admitted he messed up. Oh, plot twist.
Jeremy told me he played for $20. Who is he? Sean Stellano?
Hey, another example of someone having some success and then getting too big for their britches. He was trying to play Boom Boom with the bridesmaids.
Yeah. If you, my family, and my fiance, your husband. Unless this was such a bad DJ experience that it annulled the wedding. He would receive tips and not ask for them. Play until 11. One of the players' schedule end time. It was my wedding night, and I put so much time playing. It's really upsetting. We have to write the review. Okay. I apologize, though. Oh, man. The response is just as good. The response is definitely the part of this that I want to read. I do feel bad. Look, you pay for a DJ, and they're not cheap, and they specifically play the songs that you told them not to play. I don't know how you come back from that.
There are high stakes without that happening, like people could get upset for far less than that.
I apologized over and over again that night about playing the one song on their do not playlist. Once I realized the dad took first responsibility for taking. I worked with the groom for many years. I know many people at brides, but a lot of the group good time. Personal. Talking to friends and family. Always had music playing in time and interact with Crowley, schedule a point, blah, 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 blah. All right. I was attentive from start of ceremony 30 minutes earlier than contracted throughout the entirety of the
Ooh.
groom.
Breach of contract.
All song requests from guests. And the guest that gave me $20 to play the song that she wanted to hear it next. So I jokingly told her it would cost her $20.
But then you took the $20.
Yeah, right. Where'd that $20 go? Many last minute changes by changing multiple songs for introductions of bridal party members and first dance song, which is no big deal. Yeah, it shouldn't be. That's what you're there for, right? You're there to play the soundtrack. Played every song just right throughout the entire evening by reading the crowd and playing all requested songs on their playlist. So I also played during cocktail beside. Okay. I strive for perfection, but made an honest mistake that I guess ruined the whole day. Jesus Christ. DJ Lethal DJ, excuse me.
Sounds like most people are pleased with this guy, but
yeah, here's the I was looking for another.
Yeah.
Accidentally double booked ourselves for our wedding. And even though we let them know 2 days after the contract was signed, our wedding was still 8 months away, they refused to give us a refund. That's a pretty bad. That's not good.
No.
I realize this is an error on our. Oh, wait. I don't understand. Did the people getting married double book the DJs?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay, so they booked 2 DJs and they're mad they didn't get a refund from this DJ.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. Here's another
1 star.
Love how they respond so quickly. Kind of defensive, isn't it? Signed up for a service and paid deposit. Actually, experience was lackluster in planning and went another direction. Hence my honest review. Man, this is just like a little sniping going on here. And
Well, you got to
Own
remember,
time.
like this guy gets bad reviews, and he doesn't have a job anymore.
right, he is the DJ. He's the DJ
Yeah.
from this place. All right. Advertised he would play requested songs. He did not. After like 6 hours, just played whatever he wanted. Would gave
6
0
hours.
if I could. For each
6
of them, a strict playlist. Waiting around 6 hours to hear Mambo number 5.
Yeah, my gosh.
It never comes. Terrible.
6 hours. Are you
I
working?
don't want to
today?
be at any event. Yeah, I'm working today.
Same.
Busy right now, man. It's the end of the year shit.
Yeah.
It's just how
All
it
right,
goes,
brother.
man.
Time to call
All right.
it.
Time to call it. 9:06.
This was fun.
Yeah,
I
think
had
I
a
like
good time today.
I like these Friday structured shows,
Yeah.
and I
good.
like the Wednesday catch up sessions
Yeah, I like it all.
that also happen to be live stream.
Right.
All right, man. Have a good
All right,
one.
have a great.
We'll
Yeah, you too.
talk next week.
All right, later.